So today's lesson is going to be on the intersecting chord theorem. This is the last new thing of the week. Tomorrow is going to be review, and then Friday is going to be the quiz before spring break. So looking at this do now question, I've labeled what they've given me, and I have an inscribed angle, which is in red here, angle J, because it's on the circle, and I have the arc IH. Now remember, if I have a central angle that's 90, well, then this arc is 90. But if I went back to this angle on the circle, that's not 90. It's half of 90. It's 45. So these two angles in red and blue are not equal. We got to multiply the smaller one times 2 to equal the larger one. So 2 times 2x plus 18, 2 times the inscribed, equals the arc. Now I just got to solve this equation. So 2, got to distribute it. So we get 4x plus 36 equals x plus 63. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 3x, I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides. So 3x equals 7. 5 minus 3 is 27. Divide by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So x equals 9. So to determine HGI is the central angle, and the central angle is just equal to the arc. So it's 9 plus 63. So angle HGI equals 72 degrees. So the key understanding here is 2 times the inscribed angle equals the arc. And the center angle is equal to the arc. Those are just equal. But I got to do 2 times the smaller one to equal the larger. I could also do the arc divided by 2. But if I did like x plus 63 divided by 2, I would have got decimals. So dividing by 2 is worse usually. Makes it a little messier. But it does work. All right, so let's look at the bottom do now question. So a little review from 9.01. The area of the shaded piece is 16 pi. Okay, so this is 16 pi. The length of the radius is 10. So this is 10. What percent of the circle is shaded in? Well, I know percent equals part divided by the whole. Like on a test or a quiz, how many you got right out of the total points? So what part did you get right out of the total? So I know my part is already 16 pi. That's the part that's shaded in. But I need the whole area of the circle. Okay, to do area of a circle for the whole thing, area equals pi times radius squared. So the area of the whole circle is pi. The radius is 10. So the area of the whole circle is 100 pi. So 16 divided by 100 pi, part over whole. The pi's cancel out, that's nice. 16 out of 100 is 0.16. Move the decimal over twice, it is 16%. So if you look at this, obviously it's way less than half over here. It's less than a quarter. So 16% looks about right for this one. So it's always good to mentally check, like, does that make sense? So if I was like this, and it was shaded in like this, and I got 16%, I know I did something wrong because that's pretty close to half the circle shaded in. So you could mentally check. All right, let's look at the new stuff for today on the next page for our notes. So I'd say 9.05 is probably one of the easiest things that we're going to learn in the circles unit, and it's about the chords. Now a chord is a line in a circle that hits two sides, or the sides of the circle. So for example, this is a chord in black. This is another chord. Now they don't have to go through the center. They could go through the center, but we call that a diameter then. So basically it's like a diameter, but it doesn't have to go through the middle. So that's what a chord is. And a cool thing happens when we have chords. So if I was going to look at these two chords that cross, if I connect these points, I could make two similar triangles because this angle is the same. These blue lines are parallel, so these are alternate interior. So I have two similar triangles. Well, with similar triangles, I could set up a proportion. So C match. So C, if I just flip this triangle over this line, C would match up with A. And that's equal to B over D. And then if we cross multiply, we're going to see a nice easy trick. C times D equals A times B. So the pieces of this line times each other equal the pieces of this line times each other. So here's the intersecting chord theorem. When two chords intersect, the product or multiply, the pieces of each segment are equal. So A times B equals C times D. And that just works out because we made two similar triangles. So the easy way to do this, if we have a circle, let me draw one, new one. And let's say I have two chords that intersect. Let's say this is 2, this is 3, this line is 6, and I had to find this line. Well, I just multiplied the pieces of this line times each other. 3 times x equals the pieces of this line times each other. 2 times 6. Basically, we're skipping the proportion and just going right to here. You could set up the proportion, but it's just the pieces of one line equal the pieces of the other line times each other. So 3x equals 12. So x would equal 4 here. So this is 4. And then 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. So they both are equal. So that is the intersecting chord theorem. Let's look on the next page for a couple examples here. So the other thing about chords that we didn't go over is something super quick and easy. It's called the parallel chord theorem. If we have two chords that are parallel, so AB is parallel to CD, then the arcs are congruent. And the arcs they're talking about is between those two parallel chords. So arc AC is congruent to BD. So if this one, if AC was 30 degrees, BD would also be 30 degrees. So we could fill in those arcs. If the arcs are not parallel, so let me just draw you a circle with not parallel arcs, or not parallel lines. So if I have a line that look like this, one of the chords and the other chord look like this, these are not parallel. And then we could see that the arcs would not be equal. This one is bigger than this one. So this only works if the lines are parallel. So let's try an example, and then we'll get to the exits again. So these are the pieces of my chords that I have filled in. I want to determine the length of both chords. Well, right now they both have x's in them, so I got to solve for x. So it's 7 times the other piece of that green chord, x plus 6 equals 2x times 14. So 14 times 2x is 28x. Distribute that 7x plus 42. I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. 21x equals 42. Okay, so divide by 21, x equals 2. So x is 2, but remember it said find the length of both chords. So the chords the whole way from D to E. Well, if x is 2, this one is 4. So 4 plus 14 is 28. So that chord is 28. The other chord, C to B. Okay, we got 7 and x plus 6. Well, x is 2, so this whole line is 8. 7 plus 8 is 15. Now remember, the chords aren't equal. The pieces multiplied are equal. So this is correct, 28 and 15 for those two chords. All right, so there's a U try here at the bottom. I want you to pause the video and try it. And once you're done, I will show you the answer. All right, so here's my pieces. So I'm just going to multiply the pieces of this blue chord times each other. So 9 times x plus 15. You're going to need a calculator here. These are big numbers. And 8 times x plus 17. Now I just got to distribute the 9x, or the 9 to the x and the 15. 9 times 15 is 135. Same thing with the 8. We're just going to distribute it. 8x plus 8 times 17. Oh, 136. Interesting. So this will be easier. Subtract 8x from both sides. So we get x. I'm going to subtract 135 from both sides. Get 1. So x equals 1. Now, big numbers, but it works out nice. So if we wanted to find the length of F to C, FC is this piece. So it's x plus 15. X is 1. 1 plus 15 is 16. FC is 16. All right, so why does this intersecting chord theorem work? So here's our formula. We just take the pieces of one line equal to the pieces of the other. But why does that work? Well, it works because they're similar triangles. The chords create similar triangles. So we could set up a proportion. But if we skip that proportion step, we get to the intersecting chord theorem. The pieces of one chord equal the pieces of the other, because we would get A over C equals D over B. And then you'd cross multiply. The pieces of one chord end up equaling the pieces of the other. So it's just skipping a step in the proportion and similar triangle world because it works every time and it's way easier. One more thing we got to learn about chords. You could try You Do Round 2 on Google Classroom. And then there's one other piece that we're going to talk about. So once you're done with the Google Classroom, you try round 2, submit your answers. It'll tell you if you got them right or not. And then come back to the video and we'll see the one other thing about chords that's really easy. So in class, we did this as a we do, and this was an old Regents question. And it's really easy if you know the intersecting or parallel chord theorem. So we got a chord CD is parallel to AOB. So these two lines are parallel, which means these two arcs are the same. So arc AC is 30, so this one's also 30. And the question's asking, what is the arc CD equal to? So, right away, one thing they told me, it's a diameter AOB. So this whole arc from A to B is half the circle. Half the circle equals 180 degrees. So I have 30 plus 30 plus that green piece I'm trying to find, so let's call it X, equals 180. So that would add up to half the circle, so it's 180. We got 30 for part of it. We got 30 for the other part. We just need this green piece. All right, so 60 plus X equals 180. Subtract 60 from both sides, we get 120. So that green arc is 120 degrees. If you looked at the bottom one, give that a try. We're going to try it in class just to get a little practice in. Same idea, but now they give you AB is 94. CD, this arc is 160. What is BD? Well, BD is here. But I know if these lines are parallel, those chords are parallel, this is also X. So if I look, I have a full circle right now. And if I'm talking about a full circle, this is going to equal 360, not 180. So I'm going to add all the pieces. So I got 94 plus 160 plus, I have two X's, so 2X. Or you could have wrote X plus X, but that just combines like terms of 2X, equals 360. So now we just got to solve, because all these got to add up to 360 because it's a full circle filled in over here. These colors look very Jamaican. Nice. All right, so we got 2X plus 4, 254 equals 360. Subtract 254 from 360. It's 106. Divide by 2, we get 53. So BD, this arc, is 53 degrees. And if they asked for AO, it would also be 53 degrees, but they didn't ask for that. And then if we added all those up, it would add up to 360 because it's a full circle. So here is your exit ticket. It's on Google Classroom, and you want to submit this for your classwork grade for Wednesday. This is classwork for April Fools. It is April Fools today. So for 4-1, you want to do part 1 and then do part 2. Got to find X first, then you could substitute and answer part 2. Once you're done on Google Classroom, submit this, and you will get a grade once I release it. Have a great Wednesday.